God's morning, dear parents. I am Jan Dasig representing the Safe Bet Society. We are an advocacy team for anti-gambling. Today, I am joined by my team, Benjamin, Genesis, and Denise. First and foremost, we need to identify the issue at hand, which is none other than gambling. What is gambling? Gambling involves placing bets or wagers on events that have unpredictable outcomes, often involving money or valuable items. The appeal of gambling is often driven by the prospect of winning money, the thrill it brings, and the perception of luck or skill playing a role. The target audience for today's webinar is the youth, our children mainly. The youth's susceptibility to gambling arises from their developing brains, which makes them impulsive and attracted to immediate rewards. With their lack of awareness about the risks and consequences, they are further influenced by peer pressure, media portrayals, and easy access to online platforms, emphasizing the need to educate them, promote responsible choices, and offer healthier alternatives. There are many games in which the youth can be easily influenced, which is why we have gathered three gambles so we may present that why there are more losers than winners when it comes to gambling. I will pass the floor to Genesis for the first game. Thank you.
Thank you, John. This one is a popular game in traditional Filipino fairs. It is none other than the Perya color game. The Peryahan color game is simple. On a table are 6 different colors: blue, green, pink, red, white, and yellow. You choose a color to bet on, after which you or the operator pulls the string to release 3 dice with different colors. If 1 dice shows the color you bet on, you get your money back. If 2 dice shows your color, you double your stake. You get triple your money if all dice shows your color, and you lose your money if no die show your color. So what is asked in the word problem? We're looking for the possibility of doubling his wager and the possibility of tripling his wager. The formulas we'll be using is the fundamental counting formula, the possibility formula, and the combination formula. Let's start off the solution by finding out the total amount of possible outcomes using the fundamental counting formula. Since there are 6 sides of 3 dice, it's basically cubing 6, which is 6 times 6 times 6, and the total amount of outcomes is 216. Now let's solve for the possibility of 2 dice showing pink using the combination formula and the possibility formula. So it starts off with 3c2, which equals to 3, multiplied to 1 over 6 squared. This represents the 2 dice showing the same color, multiplied to 5 over 6 raised to 1. This represents the 1 die, which is a different color. This equals to 5 over 72, which is a simplified version of 15 over 216, or 6.94% of double pink showing. For the combination of triple pink, it starts with 3c3, which equals to 1, multiplied to 1 over 6 cubed. Now this represents all the cubes showing one color, multiplied to 5 over 6 raised to 0. This represents that no cube lands on any other color, which equals to 1 over 216, or 0.46% chance of triple pink outcome from the 3 dice. Since the word problem is asking for either double the wager or triple it, we will be adding the 2 percentage together. So the total chance of winning is 6.94% from the double pink plus 0.46% from the triple pink, or 5 over 72 plus 1 over 216, which both equals to 7.4% chance. This represents the total chance of winning. So the final answer is Benjamin has a 7.4% chance to win, with a 6.94 chance of doubling his wager and 0.46% chance of tripling it. This concludes Peria. Now I'll be passing the floor to Benjamin for the next game.
Thank you, Genesis. And coming up next is the game where you spin to win. They are usually found in arcades and commonly known as slot machines. A slot machine's standard layout features a screen displaying three or more reels that spin when the game is activated. Some modern slot machines still include a lever and a skeuomorphic design tray to trigger play. However, the mechanics of earliest machines have been suspended by random number generators, and most are now operated using buttons and touchscreens. Slot machines include one or more currency detectors to validate the form of payment, whether coin, banknote, voucher, or token. The machine plays according to the pattern of symbols displayed when the reel stops spinning. Each machine has a table that lists the number of credits the players will receive if the symbol listed on the pay table lines up on the pay line of the machine. Some symbols are wild and can represent many or all of the other symbols to complete a winning line. Especially the older machines, the pay table is to the face of the machine, usually above and below the area containing the wheels. Video slot machines, they are usually contain the help menu along with information on other features. There are about 60 symbols in total in one slot machine, and there are 20 symbols per reel. Each slot machine has different combinations that you can get, and each price differs. Every single combination has a different reward or has a different price range. Ariel went to the arcade to win the Lucky Jackpot combination. She aims to get the 777 combination in order to win her desired prize. How many possible outcomes will she get, and what is the percentage of Ariel getting the 777 combination? So, for the amount of possible outcomes, we are going to use the fundamental counting principle. So, since there are 3 reels each containing the same 20 symbols, we are going to use 20 times 20 times 20 for n, which gives out the answer 8,000. So there are 8,000 possible outcomes in a slot machine. And for the probability, we are going to use 1 out of 8,000 because there's only one combination of 777. And there are 8,000 possible outcomes. So 1 out of 8,000 equals 0.000125, which you have to times by 100 if you want to make a percentage. So it's going to be 0.0125%. So Ariel only has 0.0125% to win the jackpot for the slot machine. That is all for the slot machine, and I am now passing the floor to Jan Dasig.
Thank you, Benjamin. Up next, this is a game also known as Filipino poker. It is none other than Pusoidos. Pusoidos is a popular card game in the Philippines and is typically played by 4 players. The way you start dealing is the dealer shuffles the deck, then deals 1 card at a time, either clockwise or counterclockwise. The game begins when the player holds the lowest card, which is the 3 of clubs. The player places their combinations face up on the table, and the game proceeds in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction. Each player must play a card higher combination of the same number of cards or pass. If all players pass, the last person to play a combination starts a new round with any card or valid combination. The way you win is the first player to get rid of all of their cards. The gameplay stops at that point. If you cannot be the first person to lose all your cards, then you can aim to be the fewest amount of cards at the possible end of the game. Next up are the Pusoidos card ranking and combinations. Above here, which represent numbers as well as titles, these are called ranks. Below are the suits represented by diamond, heart, spade, and club. Below here are the rankings of the card combinations. You can make 5 card combinations, 4 card combinations, or 3 card combinations. The lowest being 1 card combination. The highest one being the royal flush, while the lowest one being a high card. Now, onto our word problem. Bluey and her friends, Mackenzie, Rusty, and Jack, were having game night. They decided to play Pusoidos and would bet real money. Bluey volunteered to be the dealer. If each player is dealt 13 cards from a shuffled standard 52 card deck, what is the probability of Bluey having any rank of a 4 of a kind? If we can recall, 4 of a kind are 4 cards having the same rank, different suits. In this problem, we are asked for the probability of Bluey having any rank of a 4 of a kind in her hand. To find this, we will use the formula NCR, or the combination formula, as well as the probability formula. First, we need to find the possible combinations as well as the desired combinations. Desired combinations are the hands with a 4 of a kind on them. To find the possible combinations, we will use 52C13, which will give us a number that's approximate to 600 billion. To find the possible combinations that have a 4 of a kind on them, we will use 13C1, choosing the rank multiplied by 4c4, selecting the 4 cards we will use, multiplied lastly by 48c9, those being the remaining cards in our hand, which will give us a number approximately 800 billion. To find the probability, we will write the desired outcomes over the possible, our desired outcomes, which will give us 13.73%, meaning there's a 13.73% that Bluey will be dealt a 4 of a kind in her hand if she shuffled it properly and distributed the cards properly. That is all for Posoidos. I would now like to wholeheartedly pass the floor to Denise for our conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I will specifically answer these two main questions. Why should we promote the value of education in gambling, and why should we promote the value of mental health? Promoting the value of education plays a pivotal role in empowering individuals to make informed choices, emphasizing the importance of responsible gambling practices, setting limits, and recognizing signs of addiction, encourages critical thinking and financial literacy. Education empowers individuals to take control of their gambling habits by understanding the odds, probabilities, and strategies involved in different gambling activities. Individuals can make more informed choices and increase their chances of having a positive gambling experience. Education helps individuals understand the risks associated with gambling and encourages responsible behavior. By providing accurate information and resources, individuals can make informed decisions and engage in gambling activities responsibly and minimize potential negative consequences. Mental health is closely linked to responsible gambling behavior. First of all, gambling can lead to addiction. It is the most common problem we have. And individuals with pre-existing mental health conditions may be more vulnerable to developing a gambling addiction. By promoting the value of mental health, we can raise awareness about the potential risks and encourage individuals to prioritize their well-being when engaging in gambling activities. Our goal is to encourage individuals to recognize the potential impact of gambling on their mental health well-being and seek help at an early stage. This can lead to prevention and or early intervention, minimizing the negative consequences associated with gambling-related mental health issues. And by raising awareness, we seek help when needed, helps individuals maintain a healthy, balanced lifestyle, and prevent negative mental health consequences associated with excessive gambling. Mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and substance abuse disorders are often interconnected with gambling addiction. By promoting the value of mental health, we encourage individuals to seek help and support for their underlying mental health conditions, which can turn contribute to addressing their gambling-related issues. Promoting the value of mental health in gambling emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and self-care. Individuals can develop a better understanding of their mental state, identify triggers or warning signs, and take proactive steps to prioritize their mental well-being. This can involve setting limits, taking breaks, seeking support, or engaging in other activities that promote mental health. Promoting gambling education benefits society by addressing the financial, relational, and productivity challenges individuals facing mental health issues may encounter. By providing support and empowering individuals, you can alleviate burdens on social services and help them regain control over their lives. This ends our webinar. Thank you to all the parents present today. Hopefully, all of us have learned at least a thing or two. We hope you may educate your children regarding this issue. Once again, thank you.